Hello and welcome to Pass the Turn. This is another Tabletop Tuesday segment with myself, Aaron Francis, the board game enthusiast here on the channel. And today is a very special day because I'm unboxing a Kickstarter pledge for Nemesis, the board game sci-fi themed alien sort of alien-esque board game. And it's been, when did I kickstart it? Maybe March 2018. I don't think it was last year. I think it was this year. I can't remember whether it was last year or this year. I'm pretty sure it's this year. So it's been a good year of waiting for this game. So let me just go grab the extremely massive box. So I nearly opened this box actually, but I just thought I'd show you this. So it's come all the way from Poland. And as you can see, it's pretty massive. So from this camera here, you should be able to see the scale. So this is my head. If I just get on the, floor, put my head on the table, it's pretty big. Probably bigger than my head, as in how tall it is. Nearly as big as my head, and my head's pretty big. So yeah, we're doing a triple camera setup today, something we haven't done yet on the channel, but very special day for me here on the board game section. So I thought we'd do it. So it says this box contains one copy of Nemesis, so that even the box is branded, which is great. So let's slice it open. Got a feeling that camera's going to fall off. We're going to have some shaky cam right now on that camera. So that's one. Maybe the tension is the key here to twist and jerk motion. There we go. That's it. That's all we need, baby. So I got extremely wet, as you can probably tell from my hair is pretty fluffy at the moment. And I got pretty wet going to get this game from the local collection, UPS point. Today I actually cycled there on my lunch to go and get it, so the box is a bit soggy because it was absolutely pampering it down today outside, so it's a little bit soggy in the inside, but hopefully it hasn't actually damaged the actual game itself. So it's a pretty robust box though, to be fair. It's come all the way from Poland, so it's got to be pretty tough. As you can see, it's pretty big as well. So you open it from there, do you? Open it from there? Don't know where to open it from. Do I just rip the box open? Ah, it's sellotaped. That'll be why. Sellotaped shut. Just be careful to slice my finger off in the process. Right. Come on. The anticipation is killing me softly. Do I just tear it open? It's not worth the risk, is it? Oh, too late. Oh, too late. The box is ripped. Oh, he's ripped it. Oh, he's ripped it from the bottom as well. Oh, so we get the ass first, which is never a bad thing, to be honest. So the sheer gravity should just pull this out. The sheer gravity of the request. Oh wow, sick. Kickstarter bonus content as well. That's fucking awesome, isn't it? Oh, okay. So you've got a box on top here with the Kickstarter bonus content, and then we've got the actual game. So the overhead can see that there. So you've got the actual game itself, and then you've got Kickstarter bonus content, which I'll open later, I expect. Yeah, I'll open that later. A bonus content, an entire bonus content box on top. This box, when you first get it, it looks like the lid doesn't actually fit onto the actual box itself. It looks like it kind of looks like my Eldritch Horror box, where there's so much content inside it doesn't actually shut the box. So it doesn't actually shut at all by the looks of it. Not sure if the camera can see, this camera can see here, but the lid is slightly above the actual box. Maybe that is sorted out when we open it. So let's open it and see what happens. It doesn't bother me that there's loads of content in there, but you know, people that love all their stuff being neat and tidy might be slightly disappointed with that. But we will see if that can be resolved in a moment. Oh, it's a great feeling though, knowing that you backed a Kickstarter project and it's actually arrived finally at your doorstep. $110 later, I might add. So yeah, it still doesn't push all the way down, so that's concerning. As to whether it's supposed to be like that or not, I don't know. But we will see. So let's lift off the lid. Wow. Alrighty then. So you've got a hench manual. So you've got the actual core rulebook here with all your components. Game introduction. Word from the author, game setup, crew setup, players' goals, flow of the game. It's a lovely rulebook. Yeah. Oh, the smell is absolutely phenomenal as well. The smell of a new game is just absolutely lovely. Movement exploration, corridors, noise tokens, encounters in combat, escaping. Loads of different things in this game. Objects, searching, rooms and what they do. Game mode, solo and cooperative, playing as an intruder. Alternate board, rules summary, so that's good. So you've got the whole rule book there. And then you've got a basic room sheet, which basically is like a reference to what all the rooms do. So you don't have to go searching through the rule book, I guess. So yeah, you've got a room sheet. I'm not going to punch all these out now, but I'm just going to show you what you get in here and what. So yeah, maybe it's just all this cardboard stacked on top is making the lid not push down. So once you punch these out, it should be absolutely fine. So you've got loads of rooms there. The top down should be able to get this on there. So you've got armory, monitoring room, storage, command center, laboratory, surgery, emergency, canteen, have a snack, treat your wounds. Perform a surgery procedure. Engines as well. So that's one cardboard thing. Intruder board. Escape pods. Comms room, engine control room, generator, more engines. Double-sided. Locked, working, intruder. Okay, cool. What is also amazing about these boards, although you're going to punch them out, they've even took the time to decorate the in-between parts. Normally, a board would just be black, right, with no art on it. But these ones have got a planetary sort of design in the background, which is just... The attention to detail is mental. And this is the first game I've got from Awakened Realms, and you can tell that they're just so into their games, which is great. Mechanic. Did we get... No, it was a medic. If you backed the Kickstarter version within the first 24 hours, you get the medic, I think. Was it the medic? So we've got the mechanic, the captain, scientist, soldier, pilot, I think. But yeah, so you got more control rooms here. Airlock, fire, control system, shower room, captain, mechanic, player boards. You've got pilot, scientist, room covered in slime, cabins, hatch control system, scout, soldier, evacuation section, nest, take one egg, take one egg, evacuation section B. So you've got all those rooms and characters, and you've got loads of tokens here. Fire tokens, poison tokens, slime tokens, contamination. Then you've got, this is like a display board for your game, so you can display it. So it's that. So that's all the cardboard stuff that you get in there. So I think once you break all this cardboard down, that will solve the the lid issue. Let's just see if it works now. It's a big old box. I think it's the biggest box so far that I've got in my game collection. Rising Sun was the first big box I've got, but I think this is bigger. This is even bigger. Yeah, that fixes the issue. So as you can see now, the lid will shut properly. Once you take out the cardboard on top, once you break all that down, the lid will shut properly. So that's a bonus. So that is a bonus. And just bring this, try and get this back up again. That's what she said. Right then, so you've got the board here, which I will show you. And you've got all the beautiful miniatures in the box there, which I'll get to in a bit. Put all the cardboard back in there for now. Put that on the floor for the moment. I'll see if the board will actually fit on my rubbish table, which will be upgraded in time if people like and subscribe. Okay, cool. Oh, look at that, it's a bit frayed. The board's a bit frayed there. Okay, that's interesting. So I'm not sure if you the top down can see this or not. So I'll show you this camera instead. But if you look at the actual board itself, it looks like it's a bit frayed. Look at that, a bit frayed there. So I'm concerned about the longevity of this particular board, but it should be okay. I think it's just because it's been cold and damp and horrible, and it's been through a lot of shipping from all the way from Poland. But still, nice. Remove the Kickstarter bonus content off there, which I'll get to later. So sick, this board fits on my extremely packed table. But yeah, look at the creases in that board. It kind of looks like I've opened this board up multiple times already, but in fact I haven't. This is the first time I've opened it. I'm not sure if the top down's getting that or this camera's getting it, but you can see creases in the middle here. It's a bit nitpicky, but that is fairly concerning. But what can you do, eh? Still lovely though, still good, still completely functional. You know where all the rooms are going and what goes where, and got your time counter here and some other stuff there. Again, I haven't really read into the rules yet because there hasn't been much stuff on the rules. But yeah, I mean it's a nice board, but it's just a little bit frayed. So that's a tiny nitpick that I have so far. But that's the board. It fits on my table, which is great. Now back into the box itself for all the miniatures, which is the miniatures and dice. So all the cardboard can go back in. So I think the insert might be kept, possibly. I don't know. I'm not sure what the insert's like with regards to. But that's nice. That's a nice touch. You got Nemesis on the actual insert itself, so maybe it was meant to be kept with the game, potentially. This is cool. You got like a infection procedure. So if you get infected with an infection card, you put your infection card in here, and it will tell you whether you're actually infected or not with an alien. I think this is kept secret as well. So that's a cool little thing. It's like putting on 3D glasses, and that sort of reveals it to you. So that's pretty cool. You get a little dice bag with Nemesis on it. Little dice bag, lovely. I believe they're wound markers. You got little rings for your characters, so you can tell who's who, I guess. You've got, don't know what those are, like crystal clear little gem things. Don't know what they're for. Standees for something. I don't know what. You got dice for intruders and characters. You got fire tokens I think some of these are extras. Hazard noise tokens. I think I've got noise tokens and fire tokens in the cardboard bit, but because I backed it on Kickstarter, they gave you upgrades to your stuff, so that's cool. Dice. You got little cogs, little gears, little gear tokens for something. I'm not sure what that is. Then you've got miniatures here, so you've got the scout. You've got the mechanic. Don't know how to put these to here. Maybe. So you got. If I just go back, will it come out of focus? Maybe. No. I'll probably put a picture in the bottom. Actually, no, I can't because I've got 3 cameras set up. I did not think about this. I'll give you just a little brief showing here. So you got this character. This is one of the characters that you get. The detail's pretty good. Detail's pretty good, to be fair. And you've got the mechanic. Where's the thing there? The mechanic character. What if I do this? Will I do this? Will it work if I do this? Yeah. Sort of. Got a mechanic character there. Scientist. He's got in a wheelchair. Professor Xavier. Got the soldier who's wielding a huge gun thing, and he's dressed in loads of armour. You got the captain who's got some sort of armour on him as well. Captain. And the scout, I believe. So you've got all the characters there. You got a couple of these ones, the little lava aliens, little tiny little things there. You got these guys. So when the lavas hatch and they grow up, they become these crawling things. So they're pretty cool. You've got 3 of those. Then they become adult intruders. Look at those things. You would absolutely brick it if you saw one of those. You'd absolutely brick it, would you? What are these? These are player boards, maybe, to hold your cards. I guess. Yeah, so that's that one. And you've got another layer underneath which has all the cards in, and then some absolutely monstrous figures. So again, this insert, by the looks of it, is designed to hold all of your components, because there's card slots, there's other little bits here, so that's good. So you can punch out your rooms and put them in the insert, ready for use, which is decent. Empty space for sleeved cards. Yeah, so you've got all your cards, stuff, loads of those. Actions, attack intruders, loads of other cards as well. So you've got loads of different card types there, items, coordinates, maybe some campaign stuff as well, so that's pretty cool. So got loads of cards there. Loads of cards, which I won't go through right now because I'm going to do that in my own time. And then you got some extra miniatures, you got some extra intruders, and you've also got these guys, which are pretty horrible. So you've got those guys. Then you've got these ones, which are even more horrible. These are pretty big. And they're to scale as well, so if you imagine this guy coming at you, that's the difference in size. So that's to scale. So you're pretty screwed if you come across this guy. You probably would be running for your life because he's pretty big in comparison to you. That's one of those, and that's not even the biggest one either. That's not even the main threat. The main threat is this one, the Queen, they call it. Look at the size of that. That is ridiculous. Look at all the lava at his feet, all the little ones at his feet. And he's got a lava in his hand. He's got a little one in his hand, look, about to chuck it at you. It's ridiculous. This guy's massive. Good luck trying to take him down. ridiculous. So the miniatures in this game are fantastic. Really, really good. Really, really good miniatures in this game. Rivaling Simon. Rivaling Simon. But yeah, that's what you get in the box. That's what you get in the box of Nemesis. So I'm going to punch all this out later. So for now, I'm just going to show you. So it fits nicely on there, which is lovely. I really like that. It's really good. Just fits in there nicely. Isn't that lovely? Isn't that a lovely package? If you can get it back in, sod it. Maybe it's worth just pulling this one out and putting this one back on. Well, see, it's meant the wrong way, that's why. There we go. Silly me, put it on the wrong way, didn't I? Whoopsie. Whoopsie, dearie me. There we go. Yeah, so that's intricately designed to hold all of the miniatures and all of the punched out pieces. So that's pretty cool. I will do that later. So I'm about to open the Kickstarter content, so the bonus content that you get with Kickstarter, and see what's in there really. So this is what that is, Kickstarter bonus content. I'm not sure if this has anything to do with Nemesis at all, but I guess we'll find out. I'm not sure whether this is Nemesis or whether it's just other games from Awakened Realms. I'm not sure, but we will see. Oh, little letter. Interesting, a little coin. Oh, what a lovely touch. What a lovely touch that is. Interesting. We are extremely proud to deliver to your hands one of the very first copies of Nemesis. This board game was a huge and very difficult project, but on every step of the way our team put in tons of effort and passion. That would be impossible without you, without your funding, but also without the faith, optimism and feedback that kept us going through the Kickstarter campaign and long after it finished. You are part of an amazing community that made Nemesis possible. This game is very special for us, not only because it was our most funded game so far. When people asked, so what would you compare it to? We had a huge problem. Like Dead of Winter, but not really. Perhaps Battlestar Galactica, the board game, but totally different, we often replied. In truth, we believe that there is no other game like Nemesis out there. It brings all of the best sci-fi horror genre to the offer, to what we have to offer, and we hope we have a lot of fun with it. We always love to bring something new to the market, and we believe that Nemesis is one of those games. If you are reading this letter, this means that you are opened our surprise box. It contains additional content that comes extra on top of all the unlocked stretch goals that will be delivered later, which we want to give to you as a special thank you. You will find Tainted Grail, The Fall of Avalon art book, which is another game I just backed. For the core game without the monster miniatures, I just backed that Fall of Avalon, so that's art book for that. That's nice. I'll have a look at that. Tainted Grail, The Fall of Avalon promo metal coin. So I've got a nice little metal coin from that game as well. Nice. Etherfield's playing card game deck with art from another game that we are currently developing. Etherfield's. And Untold Stories, a free 80-page long Nemesis co-op campaign storybook. We only unlocked 20 pages in the Kickstarter campaign, but we decided to go for the whole experience and create an epic co-op adventure with amazing art and story. This comes in addition to the add-on comic, which will arrive with the stretch goals. We deeply hope that you will enjoy these gifts. Our whole team is extremely proud of how Nemesis turned out, and we wish you and your friends a lot of surprising, cinematic, on-the-edge moments that will happen in tense and exciting games. If you like Nemesis, don't forget to spread the word about it. Rating the game on Board Game Geek or posting a picture on Instagram can go a long way. Once again, thank you for being with us, and we wish you a great gaming experience. Martin Swierkot, CEO of Awakened Realms. So that's a really, really nice touch, having a letter which no one else will get unless you back the product itself. So obviously within this box they've given you a preview of Tainted Grail, which I have actually backed because it sounded awesome. So you got some artwork from Tainted Grail, a little bit of the game and the characters. Oh wow, exploration, how that's done. Wow, they've really put a lot into this. This is what I love about board game community, is that you get your money's worth, and you can tell that so much effort has gone into this. This isn't about the DLC. This isn't about putting a game out that's not even fucking finished. This is about giving you the product plus more. You know, if you dedicate to it, if you put your hard-earned money into it, you get a lot of stuff back. And this is what board game communities are excelling at right now. Fuck the modern game industry. They can go put that up their own fucking assholes for all I care. This is where the real money should be spent. Look at this. This is fantastic. Look at all this artwork in here. Wow. Look at this. Look at that grotesque image. That's awesome. Really is. So I'm glad I backed this game. This is just looks awesome. And depending on how much money I have at the time, I might even dedicate to backing the monster miniatures section as well. Miniatures aren't essential, but they will bring a nice flair to the game, I imagine. So that's the Tainted Grail, Fall of Avalon with the promo gold piece. And you also get... Oh, okay, so you got the Etherfield's playing card deck. So that's just like a deck of cards, but with inspiration from their new game that they're developing now. So you get that. You get Dear Backer as well. So just display this nicely. So I imagine these are just extra tokens for the cooperative game of Nemesis. And you got a full book. Look at that. Comic book full of missions. Look at that. That's ridiculous. A full comic book worth of missions for a cooperative game. With character art aplenty. Coming soon, Untold Stories 2. So you get a book. Untold Stories book. That's ridiculous. That's awesome. So yeah, that's been the Nemesis unboxing video, and I'm glad I finally made it. I'm glad I finally got my hands on it, and that's just a lovely touch there from their upcoming game, which I have backed. A nice little playing card deck, which will go greatly with Ring of Fire and Sake. Got a Untold Stories book for cooperative play and a few more tokens for that cooperative play game as well, and a lovely letter that was written and given to all backers of Nemesis. So great, nice evening. I've done a half-an-hour video on unboxing Nemesis, and we've been past the turn. You've been tuned into the Tabletop Tuesday segment of our shows, and stay tuned for more tabletop content every single Tuesday. We've also got Magic the Gathering on Mondays and Dungeons and Dragons on Wednesdays. But yeah, like and subscribe if you want to see more videos from us, and definitely leave me a comment in the comment section below about how you feel about the Nemesis board game unboxing, and what you really liked, or what you would like to see in the future. So thank you very much for your time. We've been past the turn, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Hello and welcome to Pass the Turn. This is another video. Oh bollocks. This is definitely another video, but to what extent we don't know. Hello and welcome to Pass the... No, I need to do it louder. Bollocks. Losing my grip on reality here. Hello and welcome to Pass the Turn. This is another Tabletop Tuesday segment, and it's going to be an unboxing, and it's a very special day because a Kickstarter project, or pledge should I say, has arrived here in the studio, and my voice suddenly got louder for no reason, so I need to find my correct volume. It's like... Okay, let's go. 3, 2, 1.